Well, we're just here at Gerard's Esso. We're going for another beautiful Bluebird Day ride. Just with Kenny. We stuck him on the new Assault 9R. And just waiting for Kenny's son Kyle, who's just filling up on his links. Got Jesse on his comp and myself riding the Backcountry XRS Turbo. Gonna do a little ride south down the A. We're gonna do Zevely Loop, one of our favorite trails up here. Just trying to get some miles on the sleds the last couple of days because we have been at it non-stop up here volunteering for the week. There's Kyle on his Lynx 850. Sweet. All right, here we go. Let me get one pic actually before these guys take off. We always love taking pictures. It's all part of the experience.
Sledaddicz is brought to you by Team Vincent Motorsports, Bergstrom Carbides, Ledger Performance, Ultimax Belts, Stud Boy Studs, and Radio World.
All right, well, here we go. Just leaving Cochrane, making our way on the A Trail south. Groomed up nice, actually. It's fresh. Plus, we got a few centimeters of snow yesterday, so it's actually pretty good. Just crossing Highway 11 here. Yesterday was an absolute gong show of a day from a volunteering standpoint and a grooming operations standpoint. And as always, you can never predict what's going to happen, but it always makes it an adventure and a fun story. But yesterday, Jesse and I basically did a little bit of flooding, and then the plan was really to get up to meet our groomer operator Dan up at the canyon. He was taking the bison all the way up there, and the plan was Jesse and I were going to head up with a truck, bring him diesel, and then head back with the groomer and do kind of the overnight shift. And unfortunately, things didn't go as planned. Something happened with the bison up there. It's the second problem we've had already this year, and we're just getting started. And I don't know if I don't think it blew a hose, but it was leaking oil everywhere. So Dan shut the machine off, and Jesse and I had to basically trailer up there with some sleds and fish him out of the bush. He was about 12 kilometers from base camp, and we had quite the adventure yesterday, just basically hooking up my trailer, taking 2 sleds up there. Kenny gave us the directions on where to go, but we took a road that was gated off, couldn't even get down it to get to where Dan was. We flipped the sled on a creek that Jesse and I had to pull out, and this is at like 10:30 at night. And it was honestly quite the adventure. We had to basically disconnect our trailer because the road was only so wide in order to be able to turn around, and then we basically backtracked all the way to base camp, and we launched the sleds from base camp and took the trail down about I think it was 12 kilometers to get to where Dan was actually stuck. So it was, again, quite the shit show. And again, you can never sort of plan for what's going on, but at the end of the day, I think we got back to the Westway and back into town at around midnight, and we fished Dan out of the bush, tried to figure out what's going on, took some pictures of the bison, sent them over to Kenny, and essentially now just need to get the thing fixed so that we can get the machine back up and running and groom some trails. So today we have a bit of a free day. It's Christmas Eve tonight. We're going to spend it with Brian and Kathy and their family who own the Westway, and also with Kenny and Susan. We actually just had a nice brunch with them, and we're doing a little ride today together just before everybody kind of gets set for Christmas, which is going to be awesome. Trails so far are actually coming together pretty well. So we're just heading on A South right now, and we're going to take this all the way down to Zev. Got a few things to check out. Just ripping through this low treed section here. I love. It's nice and wide. Swamps coming up in this area. Sometimes we have issues with the groomer getting through it, but now we're at Nama Road.
This is the last road intersection you have until another 20 or 15K to Highway 11.
I was waiting for Kyle. He was overheating.
Just put scratchers on.
And I have nothing, and here I am resting at 44.
Why?
You guys having fun?
Yeah, having a great time.
He's got a 2-hinge on that thing.
Yeah. Mike, I love the helmet. Venting is closed backwards, right?
Yeah.
And open forwards, okay.
That's the new helmet?
Yeah. It's Ken, it's basically an oxygen helmet that's modular with the same field of view, but like a cooler helmet.
Little
It's not as warm.
hot, yeah.
It's not as warm, yeah. Having fun there?
You take it off.
Yeah, bring it back on.
Bring it
because
back
we're trying to
on.
let it
Makes
free.
sense.
Yeah, and people say, why are you taking it, pushing the snow off? We're not pushing, we're pushing it around. It's the same thing the drag does, pushes it around.
We're moving it.
Yes, it's 50% air, just driving on it. If all the sleds would go from side to side, when we get a foot of snow, we shouldn't even go, the Groomer, the sled should pack that.
Yeah. That's such a nice sled, man. I love it. Yeah.
There's some snow here to cool down. Will you overheat again?
You overheat?
As soon as I left, it got hot again, so I put it on its side, because you just put it on its side, you run the track, cooled right down. I think if I had 1 3/4 inch, I wouldn't have to stop.
Yeah, you'd be fine. Even 1.5 inches.
Yeah.
Get yourself 1.5 inches, that way you can still play in the powder.
Yeah.
Right? Or that 1.6. But that's a paddle track, so for sure.
Well, last time cost me a stooth.
Top
Top of the hill. This is down in near Oshawa or whatever. And he was watching his groomer. He just pulled out from a little side field onto the main trail, so he's watching his groomer. He's not even seeing me.
Yeah.
And I'm doing about, I don't know, probably 60, 70 coming this way.
Yeah.
And you're always looking for that spot.
Yeah.
Well, it's a cut in a hill, trees, nowhere. He had his blade up though.
Oof.
By machine, because you always get rid of the weight.
And he jumped off.
Jumped off, slid underneath the blade,
Oh my.
underneath the tracks. I was back.
No
Well,
way.
about you to me to the actual groomer itself.
What?
Yeah, way back by the hitch.
Oh my God.
So I paddled my way out of there. Of course, the machine was wrote. It had 400 some K on it. That was an Arctic Cat too. That was the 2019.
Holy jeez.
So I guess when I hit the ground though on the trail, my teeth were kind of weird for a day or two. And then about 6-8 months later, it started to crumble.
Oh
So I
man.
went in, they go, well, your bottom teeth, your jaw came up, and it hit the root so hard, it killed it.
Oh wow.
So it's got to come out. And that was not a fun job. So the first one I hit was again at the top of a hill. And I went out around the tractor, out around the groomer, and I just started to come in. It just sounded like cardboard.
There's more snow
And
as you
it
get
tore the sled from angle to angle.
better.
Hit the packer pad. Sometimes they pull a big packer pad. Well, it was on-
Packer pad.
I'm traveling, so I go, tractor, groomer. I didn't see the, just got the edge of the packer pad.
On the back.
Oh, like what they use on the ski hills?
Well, no, it's a big packer pad. It'd be,
But it just follows the machine along
Yeah,
over the
yeah.
track.
That's the thing they use on the hills, the corduroy thing?
Yeah, like it's kind of, they do a packer bar for the group trails.
Okay.
Kind of the same idea.
Just love the stories and camaraderie with other sledders. Just met up with this guy. He does a lot of riding. Moved up here from Oshawa to Timmins. And Jesse's going to let him try the comp for a rip. Absolutely gorgeous day. So good to be out riding. And we're doing a little bit of filming today just on the power line here on A South with Kenny, Kyle, Jesse.
Right down the trail, we're going to do a ride by.
Okay, cool. Do you notice any difference? Do you notice it at all?
oh yeah, right away.
It's quick, okay?
The torque.
Yeah, the torque. So yeah, I can feel it already. So this is a regular 850, and it does feel less peppy. What a day. Absolutely awesome. Nothing beats it. Nothing beats it. My absolute favorite thing to do all winter long.
Beautiful bluebird sunny day. Look at the sky. Gorgeous.
Still getting hot? Yeah.
I might go for a move.
Bro, you're like limping.
I know.
Nice rip down, and this is a beautiful spot here where we like to take some pictures just on the bridge. Beautiful, beautiful spot. This is the Zevely Rapids Bridge. Lots of running water, but another cool spot so you can hop off on the bridge down there and take some pictures down there, but it's really nice.
Okay guys, so we're with John. We've actually bumped into John on the trail just south of town, and so he has a regular 850 XRS 2025. So we put him on the competition package because we wanted to know what you thought some of the differences were.
Torque.
Torque?
Torque, lots of torque. At about 30K, you can really feel it come in. And again, with the 850s are quick up top, but above 100, they kind of slow down a little bit.
Yeah.
The turbo, you're doing 110, and you can still make her jump.
Yeah.
It's a torquey sled. Just
We call it a ski dangler. Ski dangle, yeah. Yeah.
Right's nice. You got it set up nice too. It's flush. Your Kashima coatings makes them slipperier.
Yeah,
they react quicker.
Yeah, yeah. But oh, there's the whole fleet over there. Yeah, but no, it was good because like I haven't been on a regular 850 since last year, so it's hard to compare. But going back and forth from his, you can notice the difference. Yours, I would say, is actually more linear, and the turbo's a little bit jumpier.
Snappier.
Snappier.
Yeah.
Yep, I can see that.
Yeah.
But no, they're both awesome sleds. I can tell you, so the first ride I went out on that sled, 90 kilometers, full tank of gas. Empty. 90K.
So was mine breaking in?
Yeah.
And all the ice gone.
100? Okay, so same.
And all the ice gone.
Yeah, I burnt all of the methanol fluid. Our go-go juice.
Go-go juice.
Yeah, they're oil, everything up to 450, 500. You just pour it in and break it in, you know.
Yeah.
That's all you can do.
Well, hopefully we can get that many kilometers up here before we head back south.
Polarises are really hard in oil for the first 700 or 800.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, brutally hard on oil. 700 or 800.
Well,
Gas
the
too.
other day when we filmed,
Gas. We couldn't believe it.
we took the Polaris out and my competition out, so the Assault 9R and then the 850 competition, and the 850 burnt 19.2 liters in like 80K.
100K.
100K.
Yeah.
And the Polaris burnt 26.2. That's a big difference.
Yeah. We did a 100K loop and I came back and it was showing 30% left of fuel.
It originally said 15 and then it went up.
Yeah.
As it got closer, yeah.
Just gonna wait for the guys to bring down the sleds here. We're gonna get a shot. And then we're gonna head back to the Westway, get ready for Christmas dinner and some drinks and some good food. How can you beat this? Probably one of the nicest spots up here. And believe it or not, we've taken a groomer across this narrow friggin' bridge. And it ain't fun. Kenny's saying they're gonna do some work, hopefully to widen this thing.
Kyle and Kenny are gonna do a little switcheroo. Kyle's gonna try the Assault, and Kenny's gonna give a try on Kyle's X-Train. Kyle's X-Train is very similar to the one we have. This is just an 850, not a 900. So one of our operators, Elwood, actually came in here yesterday, actually 2 days ago, to groom this trail, just because we actually had a truck drive down it. It looked so good that the truck thought it was a road and left some massive trenches in the trail. So Elwood came down here in the piston bully and just fixed it all up, made it brand new. Yeah, this whole trail is a road, so it doesn't usually get nearly as beat up as some of our main trails, and that's why we love running it. It's just a good little 80-kilometer rip from town. But yeah, this is my first day actually wearing the Skidoo Advex helmet. Mike finally convinced me to get it, and I'm super impressed with it. I think the one thing I really love about it, which I really liked about the Oxygen, is the field of view. So it's basically the same field of view as the Oxygen, but the bonus is you get a peak on the helmet, and it's not nearly as warm of a helmet as the Oxygen. The other thing I noticed is I could actually ride it without the cord. So for like the past hour, I was riding another buddy's sled, and I didn't have the cord plugged in and I wasn't fogging. So that's cool. The other awesome thing about the Advex is, of course, it has the integrated light at the back, which is nice. E-Link, same as the Oxygen. And it's really easy to set up your comms in it. So we don't actually use the BRP Vive system just because it can't communicate with our Cardos, which sucks. So I just set up my Cardo on this helmet and it works great. But yeah, I think this is going to be, the Advex is going to be my go-to helmet for the backcountry in the warmer days. And then the Oxygen will be for the saddlebag trips. That's what I'm envisioning. We've come so far in terms of helmets and the quality of them. This trail is absolutely perfect, 10 out of 10 mint.
Loving my new turbo, man. This thing's sick. The run's really strong, and the mid-range is where you notice it. Like, it gets up, it's super snappy. When you hammer the gas, it gets up to 150 pretty quickly. So it's definitely got some more balls to it. Top end, I don't think it's all that much different or that much crazier, but they're in braking mode, so we don't really know yet. And I've got the Pro 46s up front, and I took a few hits with them. I'm still trying to get them dialed in, but they work awesome. Definitely like nice plush ride up front. 43-inch front end on this thing is awesome for trail riding. So it's definitely a much better trail sled now than what it was in its previous version in the 39. So definitely the right sled for me, and like if we get some powder, I'll be able to really take it off trail and see how it does. But for on trail, it's wicked. There's where you notice it. That like half throttle shot, when you hammer it, you feel that turbo. Again, not sure yet on fuel mileage or how much ice it's going to use. We heard from some people like they didn't use any ice. And Jesse's already gone through a tank. I'm down like today, just on this little ride, I'm down like half tank already. So I think they do use it. So maybe the calibrations changed for this year, and it could be different than like the last year's sled. But it's tough to tell. Like probably too early because we got to do some break-in on them. I think it's going to be a great sled for me. And again, this is going to be the one that I'm using for like day rips, like today, when we're up in Cochrane. And even if we're like doing some backcountry riding, this is going to be, I think this thing's just going to be stellar. River runs, when we get some powder, I played with it a little bit off trail, but friggin' handles awesome on the trails. Now I don't have my front end totally dialed just yet. Just because it's the first couple rides of the year. I'm still using the stock carbides, and I usually like to keep the sled stock until I get some break-in miles on it. And then I'll probably tighten up the front end and put the Bergstrom triple points on, just to see if I can get it to handle a little bit better, which I know they will. I've got 6 inches already ready to go for this thing. Oh, just screams. So fun fact, this trail was actually the first trail I ever broke open with a groomer. So I had groomed the season before, but that was down in Barrie and all the trails were already established. 2 years ago when I was up here in December, they sent me down this trail before any groomer had been through. But because it's a road, you can pack it and groom it at the same time. So I came with the drag and just did some blade work to get the trail set up, and then had the drag just panning, and set up awesome. And that was when I crossed the Zevely bridge. We don't do that anymore just because it's super, super tight with the groomer. So we usually have one operator come down the west side. When he does the Timmins Trail, he'll do the west end of the Zevely loop. And then we'll have another operator do the east side when he does, as part of his A South grooming run. So he'll do A South and come down the east side of the L103 to the bridge. Just totally screams. Hooks and lifts the front end nicely. Just a little bit up off the ground. A little bit of transfer there to the back. It's awesome. Super fun, man. We love our 850s, and definitely the turbo is awesome. And this is definitely the place to break them in.
I thought you guys we switched.
We did. We just switched back right there.
Oh.
Just switched right there.
How was it, Kyle?
Good, but I find it's very similar to 850.
Yeah, you don't notice much of a difference.
Probably not.
That's kind of the consensus.
But what I like about the assaults in general, you're sitting here, the skis don't lift. You
Yeah.
sit like this, the skis are lifted.
Yeah.
Like it's balanced perfect.
It's perfect balance.
Yeah, it is balanced perfectly, you're right.
Yeah, it is. I like my dualies. They bite just. I like a little more carbide on it.
Yeah, fair enough.
Feels a little wishy-washy there
Yeah.
when you're getting going on it.
Yeah.
I don't
Elwood did a good job fixing up those tire tracks.
Yeah.
You can see the pebbles because this is where he dug.
Yeah, it should be.
When we came through here the other day, they were massive blocks. I didn't do a bad job on the east side.
That's why all our trails are yellow, John. Because that.
Because of what?
Oh, it's just
Little bits, yeah.
There's a bunch
Yeah.
of fucking, when we were driving
Ride at your own risk.
While we're riding, that's what counts.
Exactly. Yeah, you can see all the clumps here. This is from us blading the other day. We had to fix the trail because a truck came down here and left massive ruts. Just coming up to the junction with the A106C. And essentially, if you turn left, you're going to head towards Timmins. And if you turn right, you're going to head back towards the A trail just west of the town of Cochrane. So we actually just, sometimes we groom the road, sometimes we groom the bush. Clearly we groomed the bush this time because I missed the cutoff.
I missed it this morning, backed up, and I took it. And this there, I was going to take it, but too much confusion. I just played it safe. It went straight.
Yeah.
Just making our way to the Frederick House River crossing. So this crossing, which is on the A106C, yesterday when we flooded, there was 12 to 14 inches all the way across. And then we sent a couple volunteers last night to do another flood. So I imagine today we're probably sitting around anywhere from 13 to 15 or 16. So we're getting there. And we'll see how much the warm weather that's coming is going to melt that ice. I don't think it's going to wash away on us, but we'll probably lose a couple inches. And here we go. Frederick House River. Oh yeah, it looks great. A little dusting of snow on it. Where is Kyle? There he is.
Another overheat? Okay.
10 kilometers to Cochrane. I love this trail because there's a bunch of hills and you can lift the skis over every hill. There we go. And whoop! Whoop! It's just the final section here of A106C through the power line. I think we're going to cross Highway 11 and then we'll be back on the main pipeline, the top A. See, there's the sign for the North Adventure. I wouldn't stay there, but that's just me.
Jesse's got, he's 24 with the body of a 70-year-old.
No.
Get run over by a Mack truck at 16.
The other way around.
Jesse's held together with friggin'
Supposed to be
screws and metal.
Got 4 pounds of titanium.
They charge him more for extra extra weight on the plane when he comes back and forth from New York. What's that?
Is that 1.5?
This one's the Storm Track. It's the first time I've ever tried it. So far, I really like it.
That's what's in that. I like it.
Yeah, it's nice. And I studded this one too. Not like a crazy aggressive stud, but that's the best I've had it yet. This thing's working awesome. Like through that whoop section, man, with the turbo, it gives you that more playfulness. It's awesome.
It's a more solid lug. That the Cobra.
That's right.
The 1.3 or the
1.6.
It's
So that one there, that Polaris has the Cobra on it, and it's a much softer compound.
Oh yeah.
But this is a trail track. This is a great track so far.
I like it. I like the way it bites.
Yeah. Again, it's not like a top end track. Like Jesse's sled will be faster for sure. If I had a 125, I couldn't even find one, but a 125 track, you know, you can get more top end out of it. But his sled setup, that's a great trail sled, like out of the box.
Track, less lug, but they also
this is more, so like once we get snow, like I can have some good fun too in the powder.
That's why I went with the 1.5, because skidoo doesn't change the gearing from 1.25 to 1.5.
That's right.
Polaris does.
Yeah.
Polaris drops it.
That's right.
And it makes a difference.
Oh yeah, for sure. Back to the Westway. There goes Kenny.
Kenny's in a hurry. We know he's got to get home for Christmas, otherwise Sue's gonna kill us. I got an awesome haircut from Sue today. I got the Polar Bear Riders Special. As far as nice brush cut is concerned. Hopefully you guys are tuning in for some ride videos now throughout the season. We're happy to be back. And hopefully we'll get some snow and get some trips planned, but as always, we appreciate you all. Thanks for watching. Woo!
There's Jesse on his new comp, and we are back at the Westway. Hope you guys enjoyed today's ride, and we will see you guys on the next video.